Okay, I'm going to do some messing around with the trem arm and just give you a few examples of things you can do with the trem. This is of course assuming you've got one. I use the trem arm quite a lot. I like the sound of a trem arm. My early days were spent trying to get a similar kind of sound to players similar to Alan Murphy and sort of mid-80s Gary Moore sounds. So I tended to use a trem arm for this kind of. In order to do that, what I'm doing is I'll fret a note. In this case, I'm fretting a C. But just before I actually play the note, I sound it with the trick of the pig. I depress the bar ever so slightly. I don't know if you. So it's almost like a slide, but you don't get the click of passing over a fret. You get a much smoother. It's a more slurred kind of sounding to it rather than. That kind of thing. So I really like. Now, the amount of depression you put onto the bar is actually not as much as you think. If you push it too far, it's just going to sound weird. Not nice. Sound like John Schofield. Just for Mr. Walton there. So it's just very, very small pushes on the bar. Just fractions. Just enough just to slur it in. I also like to put vibrato onto notes using the bar, which was its original design and intent. The reason for that is when you do finger vibrato, what you're doing is you're essentially having the note you want fretted, pitched, and all notes above. With a trem arm you can actually go, if you've got it floating, you can go above and below, which is a more centralised and truer vibrato on the note. So there's that. The other thing that I tend to do with the trem arm is stolen wholly and solely from a Jeff Beck tune that I learned to play a while ago, which is called Two Rivers, and that is to take harmonics and use the trem arm purely just to alter pitch, so you play most of the tune using the trem arm itself. So what you're doing there is you're hitting a note, in this case it's the 5th fret on the G string for the harmonic, and then pulling it up to the pitch and back down again. That takes a bit of practice to be able to pitch properly, because this particular tune goes. So you can get used to the idea of it. Those that have had lessons with me will know that's one of my favourite little. To do things like that, if you just take a harmonic and get used to how far you need to do it on each string. Because you have to go above and below with the pitch. So you can use that as a practice thing, and then maybe build up to it. tell if you don't hit the harmonic properly, it doesn't happen. So these are just a few little things you could practice doing with the trem arm. Okay.